On behalf of EFDD Group, Deputy Mike Hookem. 2 minutes, please.
Here we have in black and white that dangerous fantasy Nick Clegg tried to trick voters with in 2014 when he said there were no plans for an EU military. Whilst the UK government dithers over invoking Article 50 and pro-EU MPs and Lords plot to overturn the will of the people, the EU is busy putting in place plans to spend British taxpayers' money on an EU military which many here will hope replaces NATO. Except this scheme will not just focus on martial law, but wants to encroach on civil liberties. And I would like to bring to MEPs' attention that the fact that this report wants EU troops to combat subversion. Subversion actually covers everything from threats to the state to political opposition, books, films and even comedians. It is an attack on free speech, and because it's from a place like this, an attack on those who oppose the EU project. This report has huge implications for the sovereignty of the UK and its ability to control its own military, which must serve as motivation for all Brexiteers and those who believe in democracy to ensure the will of the people is served. We cannot afford to be trapped in this bloc which so shamelessly uses crises of its own making, such as the migrant crisis, to further its own political aims. The terrorist attacks in Brussels and Paris have had direct links to the stupidity of the EU's migrant policy, which, had it been carried out by an organisation with any level of accountability, would have seen senior figures being unceremoniously fired. To make the most of this opportunity, we need to invoke Article 50 as soon as possible and revitalise the UK armed forces, including an increase in defence spending and investment in our troops and in the industries needed to have a strong engineering and defence sector in the UK.